I'll just hit record. I forgot. We don't have the countdown anymore. This is great.
Oh yeah,
I just hit record and it goes.
Yeah. What's
No syncing whatsoever.
I was just saying this.
This
to
podcast
JT.
brought to you by Squadcast.
I was just saying to JT how great the future is, and it's not because we don't have flying cars or anything. It's because we have shit like that and like heat mugs that change the image on it when you put hot coffee in it. It's a great.
Yeah, this has cats.
It's a great.
This has Schrodinger cats.
It's a great time to be alive. What's up, everybody? It is time. It's time. You know what I mean? Like that one announcer. Okay. We are the Overachievers Gaming Podcast, and I've lost my train of thought. I'm Dominic at Ashy Pastramic. Ashy Pastramic.
Charlie Ashy Pastramic. I like it. We're gonna call it. It's like the Pastramic. There we go.
Pastramic.
I'm Charlie, aka Vash, and we have this week with us. We have JT from Famous Last Words / Postscript
/ our friend.
Howdy, y'all.
He's not just from those bands. He's our friend.
Yeah,
our friend JT.
I think I've earned that spot.
Our friend JT.
We've been friends for how long at this point? 8 years, something like that. Longer.
8 years.
Fact,
probably 8+ years.
The fun fact is, for the Famous Last Words music video, I forgot which song it was. It was like 7 years ago. I was still living in Pennsylvania, and you had me come up, Charlie, to work on that music video.
The Show Must Go On?
Yes. The
one we shot in Wes's
old studio. But you can find us on Instagram at og.podcast, on the Twitters at overachieversp, our website beingoveraachiever.com, Patreon, YouTube, all of our individual social handles. And JT, throw some plugs out. You got some cool stuff going on. Throw where can people find
I got some plugs.
all the JT stuff? Because there's stuff.
All right, you can. Yeah. I've been really hitting Instagram hard lately, and you can find me personally on Instagram at JTFLW. And then my Postscript one is at Postscript Official. And then the Famous Last Words one is at Famous Last Words Band. And then it's essentially the same thing across.
See,
It's the same thing across all the platforms.
We're doing it.
Yeah. That's what happens when you get three dudes up early in the morning to just start talking about shit.
It's pretty funny.
We spew nonsense.
It's pretty funny.
I try to do that so we can actually have the rest of our day to do stuff.
It's very courteous, but it's also it's funny. Like we talk
it adds to
the
it's good material. Across all platforms.
Hell yeah. God, I'm just gonna say it right now. We talked a little bit about it beforehand, but the Postscript video for Evolve was dope.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you both. Obviously,
that was all Charlie.
You did the song. Charlie did the video.
Yep.
Came out phenomenal. If y'all haven't checked it
I had
out,
this
please
crazy
find it
idea.
on the Postscript Instagram. And you can click the link to go to the YouTube. Phenomenal. That was your idea.
And we'll
you
link
wrote
it
that
here, yeah.
for the idea, JT?
No, so the song, it's crazy because there's a part of that song that I wrote when I was in 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
So it's been this crazy development for years and years and years. And once the song was finished, I had the idea for, the dancer, and with everything around her changing as she's doing this dance. And I hit Charlie up, and we both got pretty excited about it.
Yeah,
and
Charlie was excited. Then he did it, and he's like, I'm never talking to JT again.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
Tedious.
It was one of those things where like, hey, everybody borrows things from everyone else, and so I saw this Radiohead music video where somebody did that, where there was like one shot that it was at night and one shot that was day, and it was like almost like the same shot. So it was one continuous Steadicam shot that turned into handheld and did all that stuff. I thought it was like pretty interesting. Say, hey, how about like how can we do something cool like this? And then JT like brought this to my attention like a year later. I was like, hey, I want to do this. I'm like, oh, this would be cool to do. Let's do this with the dancer. And then I was like, shit.
This is gonna be a dumb question, especially for people who don't understand that. Oh wait, that's right. You shot on an iPhone. Never mind. I was saying, if you shot on a Red, you could have probably made custom guides to like fit her body and then tried to stay in that. Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
It was shot on an iPhone. No one knows that. So that's pretty intense.
What's like?
Yeah, and there's no motion control or anything.
Right.
That's just
Well,
me.
have you seen the Moment
doing the whole
lenses for iPhone?
Yeah, that's what I
You
shot
use
with.
a Moment.
Well, I used the Sandmark, but yeah,
Yeah.
because Moments weren't out there at that time.
Those lenses, like my boss has it, Steve. Those lenses are like genuinely really good. If you like shooting, if you like photography and you can't really afford a camera, you could drop like $150 or maybe it's a little less and get a really nice lens for your phone. That like, I've seen pictures with that lens that I couldn't believe was an iPhone. Like straight
Really?
up. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's.
100%.
Originally, I was going to try to shoot it on the anamorphic lenses because I wanted to have that cool.
Steve has the anamorphic one, and dude, it's like he brought it to like he went to France for this is like totally. We're on a tangent here, but we'll stop in a second. He brought his to France, and like he went to like this island, and dude, I swear to God, I was like, oh, was that with your like A7S? He's like, no, it's my phone. I was like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Goddamn.
So let's talk turkey.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Well, I feel like we have a set program. Usually, we talk about Charlie. What's our program usually? Because I just want to talk about Gears of War.
We just fucking make it up as we go along.
Okay. Well, I just want to talk about. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to hop in because Gears of War 5 just came out. Gears of War 5 is the 6th Gears of War game, but the one Gears of War Judgment we don't talk about is a bad game. I've been playing Gears of War since it first came out, probably a little like over a decade at this point. My favorite franchise, my favorite video game series, easily. Gears of War 2 was a game that I, like every day I got home from school, it's the first thing I would do. You know what I mean? Like I met one of my best friends through Gears of War 2, married him and his wife, was fishing at his wedding, blah, blah, blah. Gears of War, I love it.
I thought you said you married him.
I married him.
Oh,
yes.
Very progressive of you, Dominic.
Sorry, Mallory. There's something you don't know about my other family in Jersey. Gears of War 5 came out, and so Gears of War 4 was like, it was a pretty boring game. And JT, if you ever played Gears of War, it's like a third-person shooter. It's very gritty.
I have played.
Oh, you
Gears
have?
of War,
Oh
yeah.
my god, yeah, I love Gears of War. Very gritty, very like noir, actiony. Like it has that feeling, like especially the score, like the background noises and like the music. It's very like I feel like I'm in a 1930s like crime drama, but I'm killing like these like evolved humans. It's crazy.
Really, man, I'd have to replay it because I never really picked that up.
I would. Do you have Xbox or do you have PlayStation? Oh damn!
I've always played it like with a button.
He's got a computer.
You have a computer, yeah, so you can. So like Gears of War 2, I would say is my favorite Gears of War, and that's the game that feels very like I don't know. It has like a really cool like tone to it. Like the tonality is very cool. Gears of War 4, I was like so excited for it. I didn't really enjoy it. I was kind of bored with it. I've only played it like maybe like 5 hours of Gears of War 5's campaign already, and my first multiplayer match was this morning, and holy shit, it's like it feels like the old games that I love so much. Like I don't know what they did. I don't know if they like realized that Gears of War 4 was kind of whack, but I haven't finished the game. Obviously, it's like a 20-hour gameplay, but the general consensus is that this is the best Gears of War story campaign that's like been out, and I'm really excited. And I'm like I said, very very low into it, and already it's like fire, and it has that feeling still. It feels like the same feeling when I first played Gears of War 2. I texted you, Charlie, this. I like teary-eyed yesterday. I was like, it felt very nostalgic.
Yeah.
I felt like I was like back in college playing this game I love so much. You know, like I texted my buddy Jose. You know Jose. I texted Jose. I was like, "Yo, Gears of War 5 is dope," because that's Jose's the one that we used to play. I used to play Gears of them every day, and then finally we met like years later. It's hilarious. It's so fucking good. And I played my first multiplayer match today and fucking slayed it. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm back. I'm back, baby. Gears is back. You know,
Gears is back. Did you play it on Xbox or PC?
Well, I don't have. See, it's funny. There's Games Pass and Games Pass Ultimate, which I didn't realize there was a difference there. With Ultimate, I guess you could play it on PC. I didn't try it on PC. I've only played it on Xbox. I'm gonna see if I can download it for free, because if I can, I'll do it on PC. It's full crossplay on PC and Xbox.
It is awesome.
Yeah. I think almost every mode is crossplay, and it seems like Xbox is moving towards that. Like crossplay games between computer and Xbox as like their kind of like, I don't know, one up or pick. I don't know. Like it seems like that's what they want to do, which I'm into it. That's cool. Like whatever. Like obviously I'd rather play games on my PC anyway. I have a better computer than in my Xbox is. But I don't know. I mean, with the new Xbox and it's the new consoles in general coming out, they're like pretty much low end PCs, but like pretty good low end PC. It's like the specs on the new consoles are insane, you know. But I'm gonna check it out. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really excited to keep playing it. I haven't like been excited on a game in a while. I feel like so it's like a good feeling to like. It's not just like someone's like, "Oh, you check out this?" Like, "Oh, I guess so." Whatever. And you just play it to play it. But I'm stoked. I love it. I'm happy as shit.
Nice. Good I'm going to add it to my wish list on Steam and see if it goes. Is it on, I think it ever goes on sale. They have I'll pick it up.
The like Xbox desktop app. I think you get it through there.
It's on Steam.
Is it? Oh,
yeah. I'm looking at it right now on Steam.
Weird.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Is it? How much is it on Steam? Like $60?
It's $60. Yeah. So it's just like putting it on Steam. Can you put it on a wish list? And it's like if it goes on sale, they send you an email, which like, hey, if you want me to spend money, that's the best way to do it. You'd be like, hey, a game on your wish list is on sale. Go buy it. And like if it goes to $30, I'll probably pick it up.
I'm curious how it works then on like if I have Games Pass Ultimate or something. You know, like how I get it then.
And now, are people using Steam to broadcast gameplay now?
Is that a thing?
Do streaming?
Dude, you can stream now via Discord.
It's now.
Like it's like such an interesting.
It's happening right now.
It's all. Yeah, man. The fact that you could do shit on Discord streaming, like it's like everything. Everything has to have a platform now. You know.
Yeah, well, it makes sense on Steam because, like, if you're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna use Steam to go buy a game, and it's like as you go to look at the game right now, it slides down, and all of a sudden you see like somebody playing the game. Right. So that's actually a pretty good way of like, oh, maybe I should pick this game up. This game looks fun as fuck. So that looks cool. Oh, and the Surge 2 is coming out soon, bro. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. It comes out like in 2 weeks, not even September 24th.
I don't even know what that is.
All right, so this real quick, I'm going to do a tangent because I love Dark Souls, and I've talked about this before. So it's a Dark Souls-like game. So The Surge was a game that was free on PlayStation Plus a couple years ago. I played the demo on PC a while ago, like maybe a year or two ago. And it's very Dark Souls-like. So with Dark Souls, you have enemies that can kill you in one hit kind of deal. Like every fight matters in that game, and you collect souls, and then you run back and you can you can turn them in for experience points and upgrades for abilities. And if you die, you drop your souls and you have to run back to get them. And if you die on the way back, like you lose them forever. It's the same concept for the Surge, but the difference with the Surge is you could target enemy. It's like it's set in the future. It's based around like sci-fi fantasy, and there's mechs. And you're essentially you have a big mech on your body, and almost like Exo Squad type stuff, from way back when. But you could target people's certain limbs. And like you can just pull someone's arm off and get more armor if you want it, or if you see someone's got the whole like a new set of armor, or like an enemy has a new set of armor that you want, you can actually take the armor off of them, and
it makes me think
equip it
like Fallout with the Fallout 4 with the power armor stuff.
Yeah, exactly, same concept and whatnot. Yeah. But it was really good. I didn't know they were making a second one, and now it says the Surge 2 comes soon. It's only $50, and so. I had a lot of fun with it. I'll definitely play it on console, and I'll probably, I need to go back and finish it. But it's hard, man.
Or do you mean 45 character shards in Marvel Strike Force?
Yes, it means it's 45 character shards in Marvel Strike Force. Yes, a full game.
I think games when they have cool mechanics like that really set them apart from any other counterpart that they might have within like the field of that genre. And you kind of have to do that unless you have a name. Like, and I know we're gonna talk about it with Borderlands 3, but like. You got to have something different, or else you're the same game without minus the story.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope. I'm into that.
Yeah, so that's it's cool. I really enjoy it. I will play the shit out of the Surge 2 when it comes out. But there's for some reason. Oh, okay. I was like, I can't add it to my wish list. What the hell is going on? But there's so many games coming out at the end of this year that I'm very excited to talk about. So lots of stuff. So, but anyway, that's what's new with me with that. I'm curious. What were we talking about? I don't know. I got sidetracked so bad by the Surge.
And then somehow we got into, I don't know, Surge. Oh, because you were looking at Steam, right? And just games popped up.
It is, yes. And Destiny 2 Shadowkeep comes out soon.
Dude, next week. And I still haven't bought it yet.
Yeah, so... Have you done the crossplay yet for that?
No, I have not downloaded it on my. I have not done it yet. No.
Well, you have to enable it first before you can do it.
It's already been enabled. You still have to play it on the Blizzard app until it is available for Steam, and I don't have it downloaded. I don't have it updated on my Blizzard app. Maybe I'll do that today while I'm playing more campaign in Gears. But yeah, I've played the game and I've already done it on the Blizzard app. Like when that was available, it wasn't like my tune. It wasn't like my leveled up character, but I still did it. It does look beautiful. I'm just not playing enough right now to care about it. Like I'm kind of honestly, like, not. How am I phrasing this? I'm just not. I don't give a shit until the new stuff comes out. You know what I'm saying? I've done everything I need to do.
I understand.
There's a couple guns I could be grinding for, but I also just don't give a shit enough.
But why? Yeah. So JT, if you're not familiar, Destiny 2, which I'm sure maybe Tyler has told you about.
Oh yeah, big time.
They had this thing called cross save. So essentially, is you can play your characters on the console that you've been playing on. Like for me, like I have obviously my home theater set up, and then I have my PC set up that I don't really.
The game system to ruin all gaming for me for the rest
obviously,
of my life.
he has the theater set up. Obviously,
yeah, obviously. But with that, I don't really play games on my PC because I normally use it for editing and whatnot because I really like the home theater setup.
A wall of gaming.
That's true.
An entire wall dedicated to gaming.
It's a cool setup.
It's the coolest setup, yeah.
It's actually funny. I came over like a bit ago and I played Destiny 2 on your projector, and I realized that I don't think I could do that all the time.
You get used to it real quick.
Yeah, I feel like it was almost overwhelming for me. I felt like it was really fucking cool, and then I was like, oh, my senses are being overloaded. You know what I mean? I'm just so used. I have a 27-inch 4K monitor. It like literally suits my needs perfectly. Like I feel like it's like the just amount of right. What?
Just right, mate.
I'll tell you what now. All right.
I'll tell you what.
It's like all I need, and then I sat in that super comfy chair, like reclined back a little bit. I feel like there was like a fan hit me somewhere. I don't know. There was like a little mist from something.
That was just me going.
Yeah, exactly. And it was right when Gambit first came out, and I loaded it up and played, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is insane!"
The game mode, not the character.
No, I was talking about just the environment I was in playing.
I know you said Gambit. I'm just saying.
Gambit. Like no. Oh, the game mode. Yes, Gambit in Destiny 2, not Gambit. Is he Louisiana man? Louisiana mutant.
Yeah, something like that. The Cajun.
What'd you say?
The Cajun.
Cajun?
Isn't he Cajun?
Oh yeah, Cajun. Yeah, he's Cajun as shit.
Anyway, but yeah, so I digress. So so they enabled cross save, so you can play I can play on my projector setup here, but then come over to my computer, and then if I want to play by myself for some reason and not be on the projector, or if I'm elsewhere, like if you're on a laptop somewhere else, you can play that. So I thought that was pretty cool, and you can go back and forth.
Should be that
everything
way.
should be like that.
Exactly.
Everything should be that way.
Well, everything
if it's all
should
connected
be
to one account.
Play. Everything, and at some point that'll happen. Like it's funny because cross save and cross play are very different. And I was thinking that this was a cross play scenario, but it's not. It's still a step in the right direction for a major like mainstream like console game to have this function. Like obviously Fortnite has cross play completely. Like you could play with your buddies from, Switch and Xbox, whatever. At some point, this will be that, and everything is making that way towards it. Like I said before, Xbox and PC, all like Microsoft games are now being cross playable. God, why am I burping so much? And then with Destiny 2, you can cross save, but I bet you at some point, maybe Destiny 3 will be fully cross play. I don't know. Full cross play is in the works, and it's exciting. It's an exciting time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, like the technology is there.
Exactly.
So,
well, that's the thing. It's
so
really
they should
it's
just
the studio,
do it.
It's the studios that are stopping it. Most
and I
certainly
understand that.
Sony is very against. Sony's against it. Like they're the ones that stopped like the Fortnite crossplay in the beginning.
Sony's just a big poopy head.
The ruining games, the ruining Spider-Man. Sony, stop it.
I know. Stop it. Exactly.
We all want Tom Holland in the MCU. Everybody, even Tom Holland wants it.
We do.
Even Tom Holland wants it.
Put it to a vote. They don't even have to.
They don't have to.
It'll be a waste of time.
Yeah, exactly.
They already know. They know.
Exactly.
They already
know. But yeah, crossplay, I'm very excited for everything to be that way. It's just so funny because back in the day when like console stuff was first happening and everyone was playing with a controller, there were a couple cross-playable games like Halo 2, for instance. You could play Halo 2 via PC and Xbox. And all the Xbox players were getting fucking smoked by the PC players because mouse and keyboard are better at aim. Like you have a better aim. Like you could just snap aiming and stuff.
Yeah.
But now with aim assist with controllers, it's so much better than you could be on a mouse and keyboard. So like you have like, for instance, like our buddy Upshaw who plays Fortnite. He's a pro Fortnite player. He plays
Fortnite player.
Yeah, he streams all day. He's a big boy. Like that's his livelihood is playing Fortnite all day every day.
And he's ridiculous at it.
Like,
he's good.
That's amazing.
He's really good.
That's amazing.
He's genuinely good. So it's not even just like he's like has the personality. People watch him because he's fucking good. He plays on PC, but with a PlayStation control, or not PlayStation anymore. Now it's Scuff. Yeah, he plays with a controller because the aim assist is so much better using a controller that he's gonna get better. He'll get better results with a controller. It's fucking hilarious.
That's insane.
I know. So like that argument,
choosing your weapon.
Yeah, the argument used to be that you can't have crossplay because PC players would destroy console players. But that's not the case anymore. You know what I mean? We're so used to like controllers and like how they function and like that hand-eye coordination between using them that it doesn't matter that you have better accuracy with a computer.
I've always preferred using a controller. Like I
do now, which is
like
funny.
some PC games. Yeah,
I grew up playing PC games.
I'm never that into it.
Well, it's like I honestly think what games you prefer or what consoles or whatever really determines on how you started when you were younger.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
I was in PS2.
Yeah,
it was like the first like good one. I mean, I had an N64.
Yeah, but like it's like that doesn't count because it's such a weird controller. Like
such a weird controller. So
whatever
weird.
they were thinking.
Looking back at it, it's like, what the fuck?
Exactly. It was so
this?
Funny.
Why did they do this? These weird yellow buttons.
Everything about it was very strange.
So strange.
But yeah, I started on PC, so I've always enjoyed it. But now at this point, I'm way more of a console player, and like controllers just feel more natural to me than a mouse and keyboard. I get smoked on PC when I play multiplayer stuff. Smoked. I tried Counter-Strike like a month ago, and I used to be like okay at Counter-Strike when I was younger. Nah, there's no point. There's no point to do it.
That ship has sailed.
Oh, very much so. Even like just playing quick play, like casual game, like multiplayer game modes, just ruined. I just don't get how I don't understand how people can like the problem with a lot of games now, especially games that are older and that people have been into for a long time. It's hard to just start those up as a new player. I can't imagine even though Fortnite's not an old game, it's like probably the most played game in the world still. I can't imagine playing Fortnite as a new player right now, or like older guard games.
Oh, I
like
tried. I tried.
It's just so hard.
Terrible.
Yeah, because everyone's so much better than you already out the bat.
Yeah,
you're already starting with people that are playing all day.
I was in for like 10 seconds,
dead.
And then I was like, "Whoa,
dead."
All right,
yeah.
It's like that's not fun. It's like that wasn't fun for me
because you don't know how to build fast. You don't know where loot is, and you don't know what good loot drop areas. You don't know like location stuff. Like you just get smoked.
I had the same problem with Apex. I dropped in and I was like, okay, this is cool. Boom, done.
It's tough. Now. Yeah, Apex is getting the same now. It's getting tougher now. Like, now that people are really starting to like know like good location, good spots, and all that shit, it's definitely getting more difficult.
Yeah.
At some point, it'll be unplayable.
I got ruined like you got ruined.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
I used to love Counter-Strike too. It was like such a crushing moment when I was like, I can't hang anymore. The old man can't hang. You know.
Yeah,
man. Speaking of old games, I kind of want to go on a tangent here, if that's okay.
It's all. Might as be called the Overachievers Tangent Podcast.
Tangent Podcast, yeah. I like that. But so I forget who I was talking to the other day, but we were talking about Assassin's Creed games.
Was it Charlie? Because
surprise, it wasn't Charlie. Like surprisingly, It wasn't Charlie. But
betrayal.
We were playing. I was playing Odyssey, and I was just thinking like, man, I would love to go back and play like the first Assassin's Creed game. And then I thought about it, and I think I would be so fucking bored.
Right. Well, the first
game
I think it's universally
so
agreed
repetitive.
upon that the first Assassin's Creed is like the most boring one.
Terrible.
Right? Yeah.
It's like terrible going back.
Yeah. 2 was
like
dope,
it started this amazing franchise, right? And I love the Assassin's Creed games. And when I played that one, I was super pumped. Like, and then it beat that was life changing to me, that first game.
That happens,
and
man.
now going back to it, I'd be like, this is garbage. I'm so bored right now. It's the same thing over and over again.
Walk into this town in a group of monks for 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then, you're going to like sit around and just listen to people's conversations.
Stab someone in the neck.
Well, the concept was great, and then they really refined it in the second one, obviously. Like, that's where we could probably speed this up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. The Ezio stories were still my favorite.
It's funny how often that happens.
They have the remasters, too.
Between, like, video games and especially movies. Oh, my God. Like, where, like, you remember a movie as a kid that was for sure the best film you've ever seen.
Oh,
and you watch it again, you're like... Ooh,
man, what was I thinking?
Why I laughed?
What was going on in my brain?
I actually laughed at this. You know what?
Like, it doesn't age well.
Did you guys ever watch Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Am I saying? Is that what it was?
Is that? I think.
Yeah, it was Kung Pao. It was the movie where they green screened this white dude's face on an old kung fu movie and then redid all of the voice acting. Ooh, I was like, me and my roommates. They never saw it. I was like, oh, we gotta watch Kung Pao. Dude, you guys are gonna fucking love it. It's so funny. Like, they really nailed it. And we watched it. There wasn't not a single person laughed the entire movie, and including me, someone who was like so excited to see it. I was just like, I haven't seen it probably like 15 years.
You were like talking to all your friends before you watched it. Like, this is the best ever. Oh my God.
And
you just wait.
The whole movie is just cringe fest. It's so cringy.
Yeah, you're just like, huh?
Yeah. Huh? No, I wasn't even like that.
They look back, you're gone.
No, because that does happen. Like, obviously, like the movie Congo, one of my favorite films. I was so excited. Like, me and Mallory sat down and watched Congo, and I was like, definitely, huh? Right? That's funny, right? That was good. But with Kung Pao, I was sitting there like embarrassed that I even brought this up to watch. I was like, oh, this is just fucking bad. But games do that too.
It's over.
Obviously.
You're like, I'm sorry, guys.
Well, in my Destiny clan,
have a good night.
Exactly. In my Destiny clan, there's like a couple younger people, and this one dude. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't want to shit on him in the podcast, but he's young, so like he's only grew up playing like, you know, Call of Duty and blah 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 blah, which is fine, whatever. But like, I'll bring up like an older game, and he's like, I'll post like graphics or a video or something. He's like, that's literally unplayable. How could you play that? And I was like, fuck you, you little shit. That was my childhood, you little bastard. That was the best. You don't know anything.
Yeah, but if you went back to play it again now, would you still think that?
Well, it depends. Like, I every once in a while I'll load up like Ocarina of Time, like a Zelda game, and that's still fine because that game is so good.
Some games definitely aged well.
Exactly. And some games are so good all around that it doesn't matter like how outdated like either the graphics or whatever are, you know?
Yeah.
But like, God, there are definitely some games that just do not hold up. Even like, I don't know, they did the Halo remastered, like the Master Chief collection. And I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait. I'll go back and play like Halo 1. And I was like, even though it's remastered, it still feels clunky. It feels like not good, you know?
Yeah, well, it doesn't have that same effect like when you played it the first time. It was so new to you. Like, going back to the Assassin's Creed thing, like, I think I was so pumped about that first game because I was really into the Prince of Persia games.
Oh, sure.
So it was like this new kind of take on those same kind of mechanics in a game, and I was really excited. There was like that magic there that was, you know, very exciting for me because I got to carry on the legacy of
game I've not heard in forever.
I loved that series so much, and then they made that shit movie and just ruined it.
The Sands of Time. That was 2010. I thought that was,
and that was my favorite one. Was the Sands of Time? Like, I remember I don't remember how old I was.
But it was good
like
for you.
A Christmas, yeah, right. I opened that game on Christmas, and I couldn't have been more excited about a video game. I've never been that excited than when I opened up that game, and I was like, there it is. And I played it for so long after I bought. I think I replayed it like 3 times, just in a row. I loved it. And
never played a single Prince of Persia.
Creed.
Fun fact.
Yeah. And then Assassin's Creed came out, and that was super exciting. But even going back to playing like Sands of Time, I think, I don't know. I don't have. I've never gone back and played it.
I recently,
it's
with
probably
Games
bad.
Pass, they have Dante's Inferno. Did you guys ever play that?
Yeah, I played that game. That game's fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Right now, it's really bad.
Not fun.
No.
Yeah,
like
I almost don't want to go back and try to play it.
It's like playing the first God of War again. It's like the first God of War probably does not hold up either. It's like, fuck.
It does though.
Yeah, I
actually did go back and replay that, and it was still tons of fun.
I'm sure. I still haven't played the latest God of War, which I know I need to.
Oh my god!
I know.
It's so good, dude. But guess what? PlayStation only.
I know. One day. I just don't care. That's the thing. I don't have the time to play the games the consoles I do have, let alone getting another console. Like, what's the, jeez. Because if I got a PlayStation, I had to play Spider-Man. I had to play Last of Us. I had to play God of War. I had to play Uncharted. That's 4 games off the bat that aren't even just 4 games. 4 game series. Exactly. 4 game series.
Spider-Man is so good.
Well, except for Spider-Man, but 4 game series. Like,
Spider-Man was amazing. I'm ready for a new one because I had so much fun with that game.
Yeah, it's funny in the latest a comic book thing right here. They just did Spider-Geddon, which was like a Marvel event where all the multiversal Spider people came together because they were being hunted, blah blah blah, and they actually brought in the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man, like from
really?
Yeah, like he that is its own universe, and like. A quick side thing is that Doc Ock is in the body of a clone Peter Parker. He's called the Superior Spider-Man. He's a good now, and he's the one that he's like traveling through universes to find Spider people to bring him into our, which is 616, like our universe, to like fight these like super powered bad dudes, and he rips open into a universe, and it's that Peter Parker where he like has like that suit. I was like, wait, they actually. That's hilarious. Okay, cool. I'm like, it was cool they did it. I wouldn't have expected it.
Well, I mean, I think he earned it because just how good that game was. It was so fun. Like you were talking about, like the tone of the game. It had a great tone. Like I loved how bright it was during the day, and going around New York looked so sweet. Like just finding, like, I mean, I'm not from New York, but from an outsider, it looked fairly accurate.
It was.
That's like
accurate.
It's cool in video games that like have a specific like location. That's usually the feeling. Like we had friends that like, or me and my old roommate Jason, we had some friends from England who played The Division a lot with us, and we'd always be like, "Oh yeah, we're going down like like Fifth Avenue," and they're like, "Oh, is this what it looks like?" But it kind of actually, it does look a little bit like that.
Yeah, except it was a little bit bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
In the game,
exactly. But that's always cool when they do like good work on like location stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. Didn't something happen with like with Assassin's Creed and Notre Dame?
Yeah, I mean there was the Unity took place in France.
Yeah. I thought there was I read something about when Notre Dame burned down, they used like some of
the in-game
3D
engine or
models.
Something?
Yeah, some of the models from the game to like figure out how to rebuild.
I believe that. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure like.
And I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I'm sure that when they did the game, they probably like mapped the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. That's pretty dope.
I just thought that was super interesting. Like, wow, it's you wouldn't think of that like right off the bat if something happened like that, like a big monument burned down. You would normally think, hey, let's go, figure out how to rebuild this son of a bitch through video games.
I know, right?
Yeah, and they're like, hey, guess what? We've already remapped the whole thing previously. Here's everything that you ever need to know about it. You're like, oh.
It's like, oh, well,
how
thanks.
convenient.
Yeah,
exactly. Thanks. Cheers, thanks, bye. Yeah, for sure, man. That's kind of wild.
That was cool.
About.
Let's move on to a game I don't give a shit about. I'm going to shit on for it. Let's talk about Borderlands 3. Charlie, you've been playing.
Let's do it.
I assume you've been playing.
Go ahead and talk about it, Dom. Oh, I've been playing. I love.
Before we get into it, I just want to get my gripes with Borderlands. I don't necessarily. I don't.
Please.
What?
Dom's Twitter handle is @Ashy Pastrami. Please @ him for all gripes.
ASHI Pastrami. Here's the thing.
Enlighten us, Dom. Enlighten us.
I don't dislike Borderlands. I think it is like fun. But holy shit, it's the same game every time. Oh my god.
I've heard
it's
that.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, this is an interesting conversation here because Dom is not necessarily a fan of it. I've never played it, and Charlie is a fan.
I just get bored of it.
So,
that's the thing. I just get bored of it, and I don't think it's bad. Nothing about the game is bad. and it really does just boil down to the fact if you like the game or if you if you enjoy playing it for like whatever. But like every time I've ever played any Borderlands, I stop within like half an hour because I'm like, I'm bored. I'm bored.
So I'm a big story guy. How is like the campaign story? Because from what I've seen,
it's
like,
crazy story stuff.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
And I love that.
Enough
shit.
to hook.
I think
that it wasn't enough to hook me though. The story wasn't enough to hook me to like get into the repetitiveness of like grinding.
You gotta like that.
It's just so.
That's fair.
It is cool how every single gun could be. It could be anything. You don't fucking know, and that's cool. Like the gun stuff is very fun, but again, these weren't things that were enough to hook me to be like, okay, I'm in. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the big thing with Borderlands is the gunplay is where it's at for sure. Right. Like, and that's the big thing that they tout around. It's like, hey, you can come try out, look at these guns. Like you can, like I had a gun yesterday that I was like, as you reload it flies out and it's a homing missile as you're reloading. So,
see, that sounds awesome. Yeah. And I was watching this video yesterday of like some of the craziest weapons in it, where there's like a laser that also shoots rockets while it shoots a laser. And that's insane. That sounds crazy. And like all the outrageous mini like tangent storylines that are going on look like right up my alley. Everyone seems insane and just crazy. And I think I love that. I love like anytime I'm playing a game and there's just something that comes out of left field that's like, what the fuck? Like that's one of my favorite experiences. So I feel like I would really enjoy that. Something I can't I've had a problem with that really has kind of kept me away from playing it, I think, is the animation. And I've seen
you're
that
not a fan?
I'm not a fan of the cell shading, and I've seen that as like
because of Prince of Persia ruined it for you?
It is because of Prince of Persia it ruined it for me.
That's totally hilarious. That's actually pretty. Yeah. I didn't even think about that being a gripe. That's pretty funny, dude.
But it's a big one. Sure. A lot of people have a problem getting into that animation style.
Yeah, the cell shading. That is.
It's definitely strange, and I think that's one of the things that make it unique.
It's like a comic book.
And it's like you like it or you don't like it. I think, right? I mean, and clearly in this case, I that's funny because I never even thought that was the thing I didn't like. I'm like kind of indifferent to the game, and I definitely wouldn't spend money on it if I was gifted it, maybe. But yeah, maybe. What are you shaking your head for? I think that's
maybe if somebody gave it to me, I might play it.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, my birthday is September 27th. World. So hey, don't get me that though. Just get me like a.
Don't give me something I want.
Make a McDonald's gift card. That's way more useful.
You're gonna get Blood Bowl too. That football game.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. That would be great. Thanks.
That's what you're getting. Your birthday. All right. Well, those are fair assessments. I will say that. I have no. The game isn't like 60-hour gameplay. I've played maybe 5 or 6 hours. There's a shit ton of stuff to do in that game, dude.
I heard the side missions are like very reminiscent of something that could be a main mission. That's one thing I heard a lot about.
There's a lot of that. A lot of that's. You're not wrong in that if you don't like the Borderlands style of gameplay, it is just more Borderlands. So if you're not a fan of it, you're not going to like it, in my opinion. But like yes. I like the game, and it is very much like it's got that quippy humor. The dialogue is fantastic. The voice acting is incredible.
The writing is good. It is funny as shit. What's the robot's name? Jacktrap? Blacktrap?
Claptrap.
Claptrap's hilarious. Yeah. Like, yes, very good writing. I will say that.
See, that makes me think I would like it because, like I was saying before, Fallout 4 is one of my. I'm actually replaying that right now, and it sounds. I've always thought that it seems kind of similar to that, but with like the different animation, the cell shading and stuff, and it. But other than that, from what I've seen, it looks like really similar. Am I wrong?
They're two totally different things. The thing with Fallout is like you have different guns that you have, and you have different perks that you can choose and whatnot, which help out your gun. Different gameplay styles that you want to do, and I guess it's the same with Borderlands. But
I heard there's like perks and stuff, and
there's skill sets, there's perks, there's different classes that do different things. So there's 4 different classes. There'll be more, I think, with the DLC whenever that comes out. But like, so you can start off with like somebody who's a gunner who has a big giant robot that you can summon like every 2-3 minutes and whatnot. You hop in there, you have like grenade launchers.
Wait, this is Borderlands?
This is Borderlands.
That sounds great.
I don't remember. Is that new? I don't remember like mechs.
I mean, might be new for this one. There was in Borderlands 2, there's a mechromancer, which like had a big giant mech that would follow you around, which I played and I thought that was a real fun version of that. But it's, so in this one, there's someone who can tame beasts in the wild. They have a beast master, and so you can have like a scrag come out and attack things for you, or like one of the flying monsters, which I can't remember what they're called right now, that come out. And they have different things that let on crit, like you regenerate ammo. As your shields are at full, like you do more damage, kind of thing, stuff like that. So it's similar in the sense of Fallout, but it's more. I'd say it's more fun than Fallout. Like Fallout, I feel like is serious. This game does not take itself seriously whatsoever.
Totally.
And that's really appealing to me too. Like, I think that sounds fun. Like whenever Fallout doesn't take itself seriously, because there are times when you meet someone in the wasteland and they're just like. It's just like some fucking weird shit.
Yep.
Just weird shit to be weird shit. Totally. And it's like, I enjoy that. That's great.
You would love Borderlands then, because that's all weird shit all the time. And
you probably would.
Yeah. So Dom, what's your biggest like gripe with it? I guess.
Oh, sorry, I dropped my phone. I just don't. The things that are cool about it aren't enough to hook me. That's.
So what's not cool about it or what's the things that don't hook you on it?
Yeah. What's the turn off with this?
I thought I don't know how I can.
We got a little bit.
I don't know how to explain it more. There's a bunch of cool guns, whatever. The writing is like enough to make me laugh, but it's too. I guess it's too much of its. I don't know how to explain myself here.
You're putting you on the
spot. Put me on the spot. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I should be able to explain why I don't like a game. It's just not enough. I don't know what specifically isn't enough, but it's not enough.
Damn, you should write them a strongly worded letter. Say, I don't
like
you
your
did
game.
Enough.
What's the studio behind Borderlands?
Gearbox.
Dear Gearbox, hi. It's your.
You guys
I don't like your game.
It's your friend.
You didn't
Dami.
do enough.
I think you have an okay game. It's just not for me. You could do more. More guns.
You could do better.
Yeah. No.
More guns.
And that's
better.
why I keep saying I don't think the game is bad. It's just something that I don't. And I think this is a theme we get back to a lot. The fact that we're adults and like it's hard to make time for things.
Yeah.
And like now and that's like what it really boils down to is if I don't think it's enough for me to like dedicate the little free time I do have into it, I'm not going to do it. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just like, for instance, with Gears of War, I turned it on and within 10 minutes I was like, well, this is my day. You know what I mean? Like it was already
totally.
It was already a thing. It was already like enough.
It sucked you in.
Yeah.
So in your strongly worded letter, if going back to that, if you were to make a suggestion to them on how to improve it, to make it up to Dami's standards,
I don't think it needs improving. I think that a game. I think you can surrender to the fact that a game is fine. It's just not for you.
It's just fundamentally not for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's okay.
Yeah,
I understand that. It's like with Dark Souls. People love Dark Souls,
dude,
but
I
like
know
there
Dark Souls
gets
is a good
a point.
I know it is. I just don't want to fucking play it.
I don't want to play it either. That makes a lot of sense to me. Like using that as a parallel makes a whole lot of sense.
I know Dark Souls is a good game. That has huge following. People put so much fucking time. I have a friend that will constantly keep playing Dark Souls. Like it doesn't matter how many times he beat Dark Souls. Keeps doing Dark Souls. I just I don't want to play Dark Souls.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with Sekiro. I loved Dark Souls. I played Sekiro. Not for me. Just don't get it. Just can't do it. No, thank you. No. We had a big tangent on that.
I haven't even tried playing.
Yeah, he had a funny like shit on Sekiro moment on for a while ago.
Damn, because people have been telling me to play that hard.
It's
like,
hard.
A lot.
It's definitely difficult. I remember. I didn't play. You played it. You say.
Yeah, I put maybe 40 hours into it.
Which is enough. That's a good amount of time.
I couldn't get into it, man. Like
that's a work week, dude. I did a full work week on it.
A full work week.
I played it for a long ass time because I love the Dark Souls series and I love that style of gameplay, and that's why like we just talked about the Surge. I love the Surge, but like it just I'm so used to the way like the mechanics of Dark Souls works, and I've put probably hundreds, if not thousands, of hours into Dark Souls and through the whole entire series. And so I'm used to playing that game a certain way, and like when you throw that certain that type of game at me, and like the mechanic is not to dodge but to parry, and the whole point of like Dark Souls is to like not get hit, and so but with Sekiro like is like you want to get up there and try to parry their attacks. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
You just wanted to roll out of the way.
I wanted to roll out of the way and counterattack. I didn't want to block and counterattack or parry and counterattack. I just couldn't get I just could not bring myself to relearn it. And I tried, man. I tried so hard. And there was one mini boss that I spent probably a good weekend trying. One mini boss. And you have to clear the enemies to get to him. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes to get to the mini boss. And I tried it probably a good 30 times. Couldn't do it.
Man,
I even watched videos. I watched videos on how to do it. I tried the videos. Couldn't do it.
That's crazy to think of, because you'd think that that's such a minor difference. Like, I have to parry instead of dodge. I wonder how game developers feel about that. Like how one tiny difference can completely turn someone off from a game from something that's super similar to another.
That's the funny
game.
thing is that one tiny thing could be all that it takes for someone to be fucking in love with it.
Yeah, which is that it's or hate it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I just remember I didn't play Sekiro. I just remember seeing someone post on Reddit like Sekiro in a nutshell, and it was someone walking across like this ledge, and out of nowhere a giant snake just descends down from the mountain or the ledge or whatever. It just eats them, and it's like, oh yeah, nothing I could have done could have stopped that. It just happened. Like, I'm just dead now. Everything.
You're just fucked.
Dead. Yeah.
Just fucked.
Yeah. 100%.
And some people like that. That's
in the game.
fine.
Is fun.
But
I like being surprisingly fucked by snakes.
Right. It's like there's nothing you could do. You're just ruined.
Motherfucking snakes off a motherfucking mountain.
Yeah. I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes. Yeah. Exactly.
Right. So let me talk about what I enjoy about the Borderlands series. Since you guys shit on it for a little bit.
I want the record to reflect. I did not shit on it. I just
don't. Same.
Don't
also did not shit. I have not played it.
That's fake news,
I can't shit on it.
That is sensationalism, and I abhor
sensationalism. Copy that. All right. So the thing, what differs between Borderlands 2, and I've played Borderlands 2 for a bit, although it's been a while since I've played Borderlands 2. I've played it in VR as well, but I always seem like whenever I start up the game, I always get to like the 10-hour mark and then tend to like turn it off. I don't think I've actually completely finished Borderlands 2, although I've watched a bunch of people play it as well, just in preparation for Borderlands 3 coming out. And so the game itself is very similar to all the Borderlands. So if you like that style of game, or if you don't like that style of game, as we've learned, you probably are going to have a good time with it. So, but it's all got the same things of here's how you go to. You have different guns, and the guns are the main focus of this thing, because I think they touted it was like 1 billion different types of guns in this game or something like that for this run, which
does
is
a good
ridiculous.
Job of being like the true RNG, like just random gun, completely like million. It's like, yeah. I
don't know if I can deal with another set of RNG after Marvel Strike Force, but it definitely feels fresh, and like you don't have to worry about the different guns that are coming out or that you pick up, because there's just different stuff all the time, and I find that to be fun. Like I'm just picking up blue and green and enjoying it to enjoy the game, as opposed to be like, okay, well, what is this? Does this stat mean anything? Like in the Division 2, which actually I need to get kind of back into that game, because they just had a whole big update come out like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't looked at it at all. But too many games. But so with Borderlands, though, it just feels a lot more tight, a lot tighter in terms of the gameplay mechanics. Running from one place to the other.
From Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3.
Yeah, from Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3, they implemented something which I thought was interesting in like some quality of life stuff, where like when you open crates and everything like that, normally what you'd have to do is like you have to hold square to like pick up everything. Now everything automatically just comes to you.
Nice.
So you don't have to like do that. So it just that little quality of life thing.
Little things like that are so great.
Yeah, so it's just like you just feel like you're just running around, you're opening things up, you're not taking like a half a second or a second or whatever to like look at it, and you can still pick up. There's still little UI things that annoy me, like sometimes the gun stats will go off the screen, so like I look up to look at what it is and like it goes away. It's like that's kind of annoying, but other than that, it's still I think I'm probably 10 hours maybe, or 5 or 6 hours into the game. Under 10, I would say right now. I just got off the first planet, so I didn't know planets were a thing in Borderlands, so I might have missed that from Borderlands 2. but I'm now in like a spaceship where it's like your hometown of Sanctuary in the game, because I remember that was a thing from Borderlands 2 for everything, and everything goes out of. But all the car stuff is back. It feels pretty much like Borderlands 2. So like if that's something that you like or don't like, you're gonna really enjoy it. So I'm curious about I'm not going to talk too much about the story because I don't want to spoil anything, because there's some definitely interesting moments. The antagonists in the game are these two twins called the Calypso twins, they're supposedly gods, but they're probably just overpowered vault hunters, which you'll probably find out. I don't know. I haven't really gotten that far into learning more about them, but it's just usual, like, Claptrap's gonna claptrap. He's gonna make some. He's gonna like make those sarcastic, quippy responses to everything. You'll have like the usual enemies coming at you, and like there's one line that really got me is like, as you like take out like a psycho or something like this, he's like, my chili recipe dies with me or something like that. It's just like it's fun little things that just make you just kind of smirk as you're like playing the game.
I agree that they do a good job of like that whole deal. Yeah, it's definitely cute and funny and shit.
So I knew that we were going to be talking about Borderlands 3 today. So I've been, reading just reviews, watching videos of people playing it. And something I noticed was kind of a trend was that there was a lot of people who are really into Borderlands 1 and considered Borderlands 2 just trash. And
interesting.
I guess what I'm wondering is what's the biggest difference from Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3 that might change people's minds from thinking that game, is just another rehash of Borderlands 1, or what makes it better?
The reason why I think that, because there was also another Borderlands. Also, there was Borderlands the pre-sequel, which is like you're on the moon or some shit like that. Borderlands was such a fresh perspective on gaming, and like they really explained how you could, or showed how you could really tell a story without cutscenes. I mean, there's still cutscenes, but like a lot of that story is told through the characters talking to you and as you're running around doing shit. And I think it came out 2008, something like that. I don't remember when it came out, but it was one of those games that is like, this is such a fresh new look on how to tell stories through funny writing and good writing and characters that are just kind of like obscene and just weird.
Yeah,
that it really just kind of resonated with a lot of people. And when Borderlands 2 came out, it felt very similar in that regards, in which is like, okay, this is just a new map with just more Borderlands, and like people either loved it or hated it. And I really think that this is probably still the same thing, but I haven't gotten that far in the game to really give it a ton of like, okay, this is what is completely different from Borderlands 2, outside of hey, we're going to new planets now. Mm-hmm. You have new characters which do different things. I've only played the Gunner class right now, and there's like a Beastmaster class, which sounds pretty interesting. There's a Siren class, which is kind of like a spellcaster type, and then there's another class is kind of like an assassin, sort of like he creates copies of himself and does shit. But I haven't messed around too much with the other classes, just mainly because I want to stick to one and finish the storyline, and then I'll come back through and play it with the different characters, see how it goes. Yeah. Which is also, that's another cool thing about that game too, is you can have totally different experiences than anybody else based on what class that you want. But it also doesn't matter what class you want, because you can play it however you want. It's just a matter of what you prefer.
Yeah, I guess what someone thinks about a game really boils down, especially sequels, boils down to expectations. Because if you there's some people who just straight up want more of, let's say, Borderlands 1. Like maybe they were pumped about Borderlands 2 because that's what they wanted. They wanted just more Borderlands 1.
Totally. 100%.
Right? And then, but if you were expecting it to be like as life-changing as the first one was to you when it came out,
you're gonna have a bad time.
Then you're gonna have a bad time. Exactly. But it's so interesting. It's like music and albums. Like people will be super pumped on an album that first comes out, and then the second album comes out, and sometimes it sounds exactly the same, and people are like, well, this is shit. It's like, well, it's the same thing you liked before. Or it's different, and then people are like, well, this is shit. It's like, because it's not the same thing it was before. It's like, okay, well, that all boils down to, what you were expecting.
And I said this many times, like, in terms of like Gears of War, Zelda, Pokemon. There's a few games that I don't give a shit what they are. I'll play them. Like I know you could tell me beforehand the next Pokemon is going to be a literal walking turd catching like other turds. I'd be like, great, can't wait. I can't wait for the new Pokemon. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm expecting me to like it because of the franchise, because I've been a part of it for so long.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level of what I was saying.
Totally, and it's like
if you're just a diehard fan, and you can still the characters or something,
and you can still recognize that. Like even though with that being said, like I know I'll play any Gears of War, I still recognize that Gears of War Judgment Gears of War Judgment was bad. Gears of War 4 was okay. But like they fixed it. Gears of War 5 is so far fucking fire.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I totally agree with that. Like, if you're just expecting it to be another of that style game, dope, you're probably gonna be enjoying it. If you just don't, if you're not feeling that, then it just is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. So there is a game I did want to ask you guys about. Is it called Outer World? Or it's the new Bethesda
I think it's Outer
game.
Worlds, yeah.
Outer Worlds. Have you been following that at all, or been?
No,
I know of it and how it's like it's a time loop, right? So you essentially it's the same. You have 15 or 25 minutes, something like that, around those times where like it's the same storyline, and you reset after like 25 minutes or something like that.
Oh, really?
So
I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, so it's an interesting take on like.
It just looked a lot like Fallout, so I was like already like, ooh, that looks kind of interesting.
I think that's which one it is. It's like I'm just gonna do a quick Google search while I think about what it is that, or maybe if you guys can while I talk about what I think it is. Yeah, but essentially it's you're caught in a time loop, and therefore you have the same things. You have 25 minutes or something like that. I'm just gonna use that as a baseline to just explore, and then you got to find out how to get out of the time loop, and that's how you win. It's like getting out of the time loop, but like you take with you the knowledge that you learn from every playthrough. So it's like if you're going to go right the first time, it's like, oh well, I'm the time loop's over, I'm going to go left this time and see what's over here, and then like, okay, well, I'm going to go left, but then I'm going to go right, but then I'm going to shoot straight, and so you start to learn about what's going on in the world, in the game, and everything like that.
Like I have heard nothing about that. All that I knew about it was that like you're in space. You're on different planets.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's the game.
And it looks like Fallout, but a little kind of maybe even leaning more towards like the Borderlands stuff. Like it's kind of wacky and zany shit. So I just thought it looked really interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's all I know about it. I haven't played it. I don't know if it's even like I know nothing. I don't know if it's for PC only or console.
It comes out next year, I think.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else then.
Yeah, because what you were talking about, like. I don't know if that's what it is. Because that sounds very different.
Oh, no, okay. I'm talking about it's Outer Wilds.
That's hilarious.
Is what I'm talking about.
Okay. That's hilarious. Fair. That's fair that you got it mixed.
It's very close.
I don't blame you for messing that up.
Not even a little bit.
Not even close. What was the game that you were talking about?
Outer Worlds, I think, is what it's called.
Oh God, yeah. That's interesting.
No.
Outer Worlds is upcoming role-playing video game developed by Obsidian Entertainment. Okay. Published by Private Division. Game will release October 25th, coming out this year. So what is it?
Sweet.
This year, yeah. I don't even know what the game's about. So.
Obsidian makes good stuff. So I mean,
they do. We'll just talk about this real quick. This is from the Wikipedia. It's a role-playing game featuring first-person perspective. In the early stages of the game, the player can create their own character and unlock a ship, which acts as the game's central hub space. Though the player cannot control the ship, it serves as a fast travel point to access different areas, blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Someone took their time to make this up, blah, blah, blah. I'm just paraphrasing this. During combat situations, player can use various weapons types as melee and firearms. Have 3 ammo types. I don't care about that. Player can use stealth or social skills to avoid combat altogether. Player progresses. Plot. Okay, that's probably what I should look at. It says the gameplay.
You really just went,
I just went full overboard.
You went ammo, blah blah blah. Game, blah blah blah.
The game is set in an alternate future that diverged in 1901. As a result, some president was assassinated. Therefore, President Roosevelt never succeeded him, allowing large business trusts to dominate society well into the future. So just like right now, and colonizing and terraforming alien planets, originally bound for future. This is really Okay. The player awakens from the board of cryosleep to find out that the passengers are still in hibernation and begins to journey into a nearby colony to investigate true natures of the corporation's game. Features several factors and a branch of story that reacts to players' choices. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. It looks like Fallout in space.
Right. Looks like Fallout in space.
Yeah,
okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense if it's Obsidian. Yeah. All right. I hadn't heard about this. I thought this was the other one that we were talking about, which was Time Loop. That was an indie game. I was like, oh, that looks cool.
So I'm pumped about this. Fallout in space sounds great to me, just because I'm such a huge fan of that series.
Yeah, well, if you get it, let me know what you think. Maybe I'll, not that I have time to play it, but maybe I'll give it a go because it comes out next month. So, actually, like 6 weeks, 5 weeks.
I will, and I will let you know. I never played Fallout 76, though. Did you guys play that one?
I played it during the beta. I had pre-ordered it. I played the beta, canceled my pre-order.
I didn't play it all.
That's kind of the general consensus of
I waited
for
Charlie. Charlie told me all that. I was like, okay, I don't need to do anything.
Yeah, so it's crazy that I didn't get it because
they gave up on it, didn't they? Didn't they just give up on it?
No, they're still doing it. I probably will pick it up if it ever comes. Like, hey, it's a free PlayStation Plus game this month. I was like, I might download it.
Add a campaign story to it, and I will get it. Like,
I don't. Well, it's a Fallout MMO essentially is what it comes down to, and it was cool. I liked the idea.
It's an ambitious idea.
Sure. Poorly executed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I think it could have been cool if people were as into it as they expected people to be. Like if everyone was really in the game playing and doing, what they thought people were going to do. I could see it being great.
It's hard to continue with the game when so many people leave it so short, so soon too. That's the thing.
Right? Yeah.
You can't get more money to do stuff because investors see people leaving and they're like, why should we put money into this? And it's like, well, you put money into it so that they come back. But
yeah, I mean, totally.
Yeah, that went downhill pretty fast, unfortunately for them.
Very fast.
Yeah, indeed. So I don't know. I gave it a good try.
Yeah, you did.
I played it for a good weekend. I was like, nope, not for me. Fair, yeah. It seemed cool. I don't know. It seemed cool, but I was just not into it.
Maybe the world is just not ready for that yet.
The world is not ready for their genius that is Fallout 76. Yeah, it is. So anyway, but so in retrospect, I would say if you enjoy the Borderlands series, get Borderlands 3. You'll enjoy it. I'll be able to talk more about it once I've completed the game, and I'll have more of a hey, this is what goes on in the world, what I like, what I don't like, and then maybe I'll go back and revisit Borderlands 2 VR, since that's what I had that game on PlayStation VR, and that's a lot of fun. So I'll go back and talk more about that. But so we're already an hour, so that's great. That's a good conversation about why Dom doesn't like Borderlands. But so let's talk about some things that we had kind of touted on or touched on a couple of weeks ago. And Dom, you and I kind of played a little bit of Black Desert Online. What were your thoughts on that?
I think it's a great MMO, dude. I think they did a really good job. I think it's funny. I was saying this to my clan. I was like, oh, I played a little weekend of this MMO, Black Desert Online, and then I realized I had to stop myself because I didn't know what time it was. And that's the problem I have with MMOs is I've always gotten sucked into them. I'll just keep going and going and doing it because it's always the little objective. It's never even the main story. You'll get caught up in a story here, a story there, and you're like, oh yeah, I should probably do that other shit. And I think it's a really good game. I really enjoy it. I can't do it. I can't. Nah. It's either MMOs are all or nothing. All or nothing for me. And I can't give it my all. And that's why I like looter shooters so much because looter shooters are such a casual MMO. You don't have. It's not going to kill you if you don't play for a little bit of time. You'll more than be fine. And I've tried to explain this to other friends who haven't played MMOs, but they play Destiny. They're like, "Oh, Destiny's catering to the casuals." Dude, you're playing a casual game. It doesn't matter who they're catering. You're playing a casual game. You never grinded. You never really grinded. You never done a real raid. A raid to you is 20 minutes long and doing some jumping puzzles. You don't know.
A raid in WoW Classic, which I'm curious to see if people start doing. It will take you hours. Yeah. Hours. You clear your night, and that's what it is.
People in Destiny 2 got to max level in a day. That is not normal. You know what I mean? Like that
max level in a day.
Yeah, because
I'd be bummed out. I'd be really bummed if that happened in a day.
Because that's the game, dude. It's like whenever there's a new level cap in Destiny 2, people are there already within like the day, and it's like, there's like tricks to do that. Like you save certain things that give you more experience, blah 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 blah. But it's like with real MMOs, you don't have the luxury of that. Like you gotta put work in. You gotta put time. Yeah. And I think Black Desert Online does a good job of being like a good classic style MMO. Graphics are a little corny, but like whatever. It's like every female character just has like huge tits, and it's like in like a brassiere. It's like, come, all right,
yeah.
Like they it's funny, but really well done game. I enjoyed it. It's definitely the fun thing about that though. I know I can just pick it up whenever. It doesn't matter. Like if I want to play it for like an hour, I could play it. I don't need to put in the time. But good game. Thanks for putting me into that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that you don't have to do combat.
It's just so
if
funny
you
that
don't
you're
want
fishing.
To. I mean, you
just fucking
don't need
fishing.
to. That's literally what I'm doing right here, as I'm fishing right here to level up. So it's one of the trophies to get like max fishing level, and it just takes forever. And I like the fact that you can just like
fishing.
Yeah, it gives you experience, a little bit of experience every now and then. So it's just like I've gained I think 5 levels just from fishing.
You can auto fish
just from AFK fishing. Yeah, you just auto fish and
you're just fishing.
I'm just fishing right now.
So what kind of game is this? I guess I haven't even heard of this.
So
now you're talking about fishing. So
yeah, it's kind of like a
is it Chinese?
It's an MMO. I don't know who makes it. I don't want to like offend anybody, but it's essentially it's not Eastern. It's a Western. I'm sorry, it's an Eastern. It's not a Western MMO. It's an Eastern MMO.
LMNOP.
You're doing great.
Okay, I'm doing great. I just talked a lot about Borderlands. Yeah, and so essentially it's an action MMO. So you have different controls, like do different things, and button combinations. Essentially, you don't have like a hotbar or anything like that. You just have combos that you can map to keys, or if you're playing on console, it's through the controller. And it's very like up in your face, upfront, personal kind of thing. And so it's I'm playing a sorceress on console, and originally I thought sorceress was just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna like cast some spells and do some shit, and it's like, nope, you're gonna go in and like melee people and like in the face. And it's like, oh, that's kind of a cool. I didn't think that was going to be a thing. And they just released like a new Dark Knight or Dark Knight, and then a Musa, which is kind of like a Japanese style with a sword and shit. And it's interesting. It's like you're running around. I didn't understand what the hell I was doing. Like I was like talking to people, and like you have this chat conversations. I was like, I have no idea what the fuck any of these options have. But like you can you gain experience from picking up weeds, or like farming potatoes, and like you can hire people to farm things for you as you go along. Like you have hot workers that you can go, and then you get pets that'll like give you boosts and everything like that, and they run around, but you have to feed your pets. It's like it gets really involved very quickly, and it was kind of it was a little overwhelming for me at first, because I come from the world of like WoW and like Guild Wars, which is more Western MMOs, which don't really focus too much on that until later on in the game. Whereas like this is like like a Korean MMO, which like throws it all at you at once, and you're like, oh shit, what the fuck do I do? But it's I don't know. I'm playing it on console, on PlayStation, and I'm just being very I don't know. I'll hop on for an hour. I'll do a couple quests. I'll level up. They give you all the gear that you need through the main storyline, so you just do the main storyline.
So
and
what is the main storyline? Like, what's the?
I have no idea what's going on.
That's the funny thing is
you just don't know.
No, you don't. It's like it's super weird. Like so I think it's that giant civilization. There's some kind of dark energy that everyone is like hush hush about, like the black energy or whatever. You somehow have it in your body, and like no one else can see it, but every once in a while it'll pop out and talk to you. And that's kind of like your main NPC that tells you what to do. Is like this little black ball that ends up growing arms and legs. It's super creepy.
Spirit, yeah.
Ooh, that's dope. I like that.
Yeah, it's super weird, but like is there a story? I don't know. That's the funny thing about MMOs. You don't need a story, which like most of the time the stories are bad. You're just there to grind. It's just different graphics in the grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all about gameplay and what you can do and how you make currency
100%.
and like the different styles of gameplay. And I just really like the fact that I've played a bunch of different MMOs on PlayStation. Like I played Terra, I played Neverwinter Nights online. I played a bunch of these different style of like MMOs, and it was just kind of like it just felt like cheap a bit, like I just felt like, okay, here we're just gonna port this to a console because why not? But this feels really well done. Like the world is beautiful on console. I feel like the action MMO type gameplay lends itself very quickly to console stuff. I like that you can just say, hey, I want to go to this. I think this is also in PC as well. But like, I want to go to this marker point, and I'm going to auto run, and your character will auto run to the place. So that way you don't like, okay, where the fuck do I have to go?
Mm-hmm. Auto running is nice.
I mean, sometimes get stuck, but I don't know. It's cool. I enjoy it. I definitely would love to have maybe like a streamer on at some point to talk about like his or her impressions of Black Desert.
I tried watching it, and it's mostly foreign streamers. That would be difficult.
There's one guy on the East Coast who does. His name's The Beck.
The what?
Who's pretty cool. It's The Beck, but TEH, like Tebeck.
So funny.
I was going to reach out to him to see if he's interested in coming on, just talk about, because he plays. When I was looking at it, there was like a free trial or something like that, like last year. And I was like, oh, cool. I'll take a look at it, Black Desert Online. And it had been in my Steam queue for forever on my wish list. And it like went down to like $3 one time. I was like, oh, you know what? Sure.
I think I'll
buy it for $3.
Exactly.
I could have a little bit of coffee. But yeah, so I mean, it was $25 on PlayStation. I picked it up and I'm just enjoying it. It's just like, I'm not super concerned about like getting to max level or like doing stuff. I'm just enjoying the game.
Along for the ride.
Just along for the ride. And right now I'm going to be playing Borderlands. Like I'll probably play for like an hour today where like, I'll hop on while we're watching football. I'll do a little PlayStation remote play through my iPad and play that way as we're watching football and like, just like, run around, grind, kill shit. Doesn't
I'm watching a dude right now. He has 684 viewers and he's American. His name is Choice. Oh, this dude's loaded. He has so much shit in the game.
Yeah, it's just you see a stream of it, and you're kind of like, "Wow, this seems very overcomplicated."
It's a lot.
Yeah, it that to me is kind of a turnoff. 100%. And I know there's a couple of videos where I know I sent you, Dom. Was like, "Hey, here's what you turn off in the game."
It was so
like
much.
Out the gate.
That shit is hilarious. It was like, do this, turn that off, make this medium, put this ultra, and it's like, why? Why is this?
Why do you have to do that out the gate?
Right, yeah, right off the bat, that sounds like something I would just be like, no. I'm gonna move on.
Well, that's why I like the console version, because it's simple. Yeah. Like your quests are up on the right.
The thing about MMOs is they expect you to put that time and effort into learning about how to make the game as best as you can or how you play it. You know what I mean? And like, that's the thing. MMOs were made for people that have unlimited free time.
Yeah, the no lifers.
Really, and that's not like saying anything bad about those people. Like if you had the time, dope, play it. Like it's there, it exists. Like but it's definitely MMOs are difficult for people to just hop in and hop out of unless you don't care about leveling. Mm-hmm. Like if you don't give a shit about like getting there as fast as you can, like fine, just like do like this. And the story missions are almost always the same. It's like go to this area, kill a bunch of these dudes, and then boom, you get experience.
Yeah. Or like, hey, go make yourself like a grilled cheese. Boom, experience.
That's hilarious. That exists.
Yeah, I mean, it's super complicated. You can get like residencies, and you can hire workers to do shit.
You can burn the grilled cheese.
Yeah, you can make grilled cheeses. You can get, you can fish for days on end. I mean, it's great because it's probably burning out my PlayStation a little bit. But like before I go to work, I'll like come home or I'll come downstairs. I'll turn on the PlayStation. I'll just set auto fish. Blah blah. Come back. I come home at night. I cook the fish that I've made, and then I'll set up auto fish again. Go to bed. Come back. Wake up in the morning. Do it again.
And then you're
just. But I like that. Like they kind of cater to that. So it's like. Yeah, it's just that's gonna be the name of this title, #autofish. But it'll be like, it's cool that like they kind of cater to that because they realize people would like to do that. So I like that they did that. But pretty wild. So have you guys played any WoW Classic,
No.
Dom? I know you were talking about that.
I decided not to.
No?
Yeah,
decided not to?
I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it really is that nostalgic WoW feeling. But I did enough of that. You know what I mean? Like
I already put so much life into that.
Yeah, I did enough of. Yeah, because I know I download it, and suddenly like after the free month, I'd have a subscription going. I'd be, oh, now you have to play Dom. You're paying monthly for it, and then I'd play, and then I play, and then I play, and I'd put a group of pigs together in Ice Storm, and I do that for hours, and then it's like, great, now I'm not at jiu-jitsu anymore. I'm 15 pounds heavier, and Mallory won't talk to me. So like that's like how that's how that path will go.
Lost my house.
Yeah.
My dog died.
Lost my dog.
Exactly.
Lost my truck.
Exactly.
Wow.
Your life as a country song.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fun. I've been watching some streams. Like some people have been playing. Like it's funny. My favorite Diablo 3 streamer has stopped playing Diablo 3 for WoW Classic. Quinn69, dope Australian streamer, really funny. He's been doing WoW Classic, and that's like it's honestly I feel like I'm getting my fix from watching him play than I am from playing it. I don't need to play it. That's enough. I got him.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. That's interesting. I just I think I'm going to give it a go. I know I talked shit about it, but like there's a bunch of people on set who've been playing it, and I was just like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, he's like, you should come and try. I was like, well, first off, like it's going to be one of those things where like I have to treat it like Black Desert. It was like I log on, I play for a little bit, and that's it. Because I also like you, I know that like this shit hooks me
easily.
hard. And I was like, okay, I'll play a little bit at night, maybe I'll stream it a little bit, but it's like, I already am hooked on Marvel Strike Force, so it's like I can play that all day long.
Is there a free month though with WoW Classic?
I don't know, but I'm gonna try it for a month and then just see what happens with it, and then my friends I think are like level 30. Oh, hopefully not. But it's like it's one of those things where like I'll play it, I'll try it, and then next episode we'll talk a little bit more about it. Well, actually, you're not here next episode, so I'll talk about it with somebody else. But yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna give it a go. I'll try it for a little bit today. I'll give it an hour. I mean, I tried it, playing when it was like a free month or free, like, hey, you're free until level 100 or something like that. And I wasn't like super thrilled about it, but like since it's WoW Classic, and I was talking with our stunt coordinator who was playing it as well, and like just talking about like it's like because he also doesn't have free time. He's like, I just played a little bit here and there, just a little bit here and there. I'm like, okay, you know what? Since I don't have like a guild or anything like that to really like
push
nobody else who I really know who's like really pushing you to do stuff. It's like, okay, that's I think is more on my level, but I kind of wish it was like not $15 a month. I wish it was like
$15 is a lot. I feel like
it is a lot. It's like
Netflix subscription.
No, it's less than a Netflix subscription. Netflix is only $11.
Yeah, it's very surprising. It's very surprising that it's 15 still. I would have thought. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if it was like $5 a month, I'd probably do it because who the fuck cares? That's like one coffee a month,
Yeah, but either way, I'm stoked to like give it a go, and maybe I won't show up for work on Monday. We'll see.
You should probably show up to work on Monday. I don't know too much about.
I probably should. I'm DPing on
exactly.
Monday, so I probably should.
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
We'll see.
Wake up. It's like 3:00 in the morning. It's like, fuck, I gotta get up for work in 2 hours. God,
fuck my guild.
Yeah.
You don't even think about work.
That's
you
hilarious.
Just auto to WoW.
Yeah, but
hashtag auto fishing.
Yeah, so that's hashtag auto fishing. There's no auto fishing in a while, unfortunately. But I'm gonna play an Orc Rogue because that's what I played when I first started the game. So Orc Rogue for the win. Mace spec. It was great.
Funny. Look at you.
It was so dope.
All grown up.
And we have any? All grown up. Now I know. Anything else going on in the world of gaming this week? I know it was a shit ton of stuff. So
I'm just excited for this. Honestly, this is going to be a shitty thing to say. I'm excited for us to stop recording so I can play Gears of War 5.
Hey, you know what? I think that's fair.
I'm just like,
I'm probably
going
to go play more
itching.
Fallout.
I'm just like itching. Like, all right, Gears 5. Come on. Story's dope. I just got to a part. It's so funny. Thank God for like, it's this thing in movies, like something dramatic happens, something crazy happens, and then cut to black. And like, I just got to a save point, and then I was like, all right, let me just go, let me just take 2 steps forward, and it's just like crazy shit, like cinematic, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh God, all right, I had to turn this off so I can come back to it in a minute.
Yeah, if I'm going to watch this, I want to be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I don't know how like some people just have stuff on in the background. Like, no, it's important.
Yeah.
Or like talking
totally.
through it. It's I can't do it. But that's just me. So, JT, any last things you want to talk about?
No, I think we covered a lot.
Awesome. Well, JT, thanks again for coming back on the show. You can find JT on Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff at what, JTFLW?
Yep. My personal is at JTFLW, and then the Postscript one is at Postscript Official, and Famous Last Words is at Famous Last Words Band.
Rad.
Band.
You have anything else? You have anything new coming out for Postscript?
Yeah, I'm doing singles like every 2 weeks, I think it is, until November 15th, when the full album's going to be dropped, that's super exciting.
I was about to ask you if you're doing a full album, because the last one you did was last year, right?
Huh?
You had a full album last year, right?
No. This is the first full album.
Oh, see, when I go to your Spotify, I never look at Spotify in general. I never see if it's a single, and I noticed that's what it was. I thought for some reason I thought Witch in the Will was a full album.
No, just a single.
Dope. Well, it's great stuff, man.
But I'm pumped. Thank you, man. I'm really excited, and thanks for having me on. This was very informative.
Oh yeah.
I might have to go get Borderlands now.
Yeah, if you do, let me know and we'll play together. I like the fact that you can just hop in wherever too. Totally. That's the other thing I didn't really talk about. Although, real quick about that, we found out that you can't play. You can play split screen on locally, but you can't play split screen and also join people in the game, which is kind of shitty. So hopefully they patch that.
Maybe they'll change that.
Well, you can do it in Borderlands too. So I don't know why they wouldn't allow it for Borderlands 3. So maybe that's the main thing they fixed. I don't know. Hopefully not. But anyway, thanks guys for coming out. You can find us on Instagram at og.podcast, Twitter at overachieversp. Our website is beingoverachiever.com, where you can get this episode and every other episode of the Overachievers Gaming Podcast, as well as our other segment, the Marvel Strike Force Insider, which we talk about what we love and hate about that game, which is hating all the time. Fuck Red Stars. And we'll talk to you guys in 2 weeks for the next episode. Peace.
I mean, there's lots of stuff happening. I didn't even mention my excitement for fucking Pokemon. Diablo Immortal has been their slow stuff coming, Inkling coming out. Now I told you once WoW Classic came out, Diablo Immortal is gonna start. You're gonna start seeing more stuff.
Well, do you know how many fucking people played WoW Classic out the gate? By the way, I'm gonna hit play right now. Hilarious. We're gonna talk about this. Watch my computer crash.
What you guys doing today? What's your all Sundays?
Oh man, this loading screen right now.
I guess we know what Charlie Sunday is.
Loading screen.
Yeah.
I play on the active game time is required to play at World of Warcraft Classic. Wow. Okay. I guess I have to log in.
Yeah.
Do you still have?
I know Dom's gonna go play Gears, and I'm more than likely gonna go continue on.
Yeah, I'm gonna play for a little bit.
So.
I got training tonight. It's heavy training. I actually really hurt my knee 2 days ago, so I'm taking it a little easy tonight.
That sucks.
It's okay. It's my hobby required. It's I can't really complain. It's my hobby is simulated killing. So I mean, when I hurt something, it's my fault.
It's like breaking a string.
Right. You can't go. It's gonna happen. You're exactly 100%. Yeah. I have this competition on the 28th, so I've been training a lot and working out almost every morning and very strict diet right now. And it's all fine. It's all good. But let me tell you, I'm very excited to eat a fucking cheeseburger or some kind of fried chicken or Chinese food or anything,
Get it.
Yeah. I'm very excited. My lunch yesterday was just grilled chicken salad. That's all chill. But man, I'm just counting down the days so I get Chinese food.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing keto all the way until Thanksgiving, so
and that goes out the window.
Pasta, stuffing, mashed potatoes.
I love mashed potatoes.
It's going to be a week before
I don't know how you guys feel about
Thanksgiving.
this.
So
I love mashed potatoes.
Oh,
Irish,
so great.
Of course I like it.
So great.
Fun fact, potatoes aren't native to Ireland. Did you know that?
I know that, yes.
Isn't that funny?
I did not.
They're native to North America.
Wow.
Yeah. The Irish didn't have potatoes
my
before
my world just was flipped upside down.
When I first found that information out, my mind was blown. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
How's there the Irish potato famine, and that's just not even from there.
I feel like I need to go tell people.
I know. Anytime anyone mentions them being Irish and like potatoes, I'm like, haha, haha.
Wrong.
Oh man. Yeah. Charlie's just met.
All right. While subscription enabled, so I'm gonna try it for 1 month for $15 because it wouldn't let me do it for free for some reason.
Sucks.
Let us know how it is.
I'll see you guys later.
That's it. We lost Charlie.
But now I got to figure out what my I gotta know. It's like, what is my account name? Is it my Blizzard account? This is what it is.
It's almost certainly Blizzard.
Is it like my email address?
What? I'm sure you could just
like I don't
sign
understand.
in. Aren't you just signing in through the Blizzard Loader, dude? The app.
Yeah, but I still have to log in through the account name, account password, that kind of stuff.
You could do email and your password.
Can't find that Blizzard account. Okay, I'm gonna try this again.
Did you email?
This is like real time. Like,
dude, you're blowing.
I don't remember what my Blizzard thing is. I am totally.
You're fucking blowing.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, it's just my email address and the Blizzard thing. So
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna give this a go. We're gonna play on Bigglesworth. So if you're listening and you want to play Bigglesworth, oh my god, these graphics are from 2000. Holy shit!
It really is. It really is.
All right, we're definitely going Orc, Rogue. Yeah, 100% Orc Rogue. Yeah, we're going. We're doing this right now.
It was nice knowing you, Charlie.
Maybe.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it for a little bit. I was gonna stream some Strike Force today, but I'm definitely not. I'm just gonna play Gears. It's funny because my Sundays have become a nice little Strike Force stream. Like I have like 10 people that come in. But today's Gears. Today's Gears.
You're gonna stream Gears?
No, I'm not streaming Gears. I'm just gonna play the campaign first, and then once I get the hang of it.
He's like, nah, Gears is for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all for me.
Once I'm done the campaign, I'll do multiplayer just so I could smoke some fools on the internet and people could see how good I am.
Yeah, nice. Man, this is hard to watch.
Always.
This opening cinematic.
Always flexing.
This opening, like flying through the world. I'm just like seeing it. It's just like I'm just having flashbacks of like cans of Mountain Dew sitting here and being like, okay,
that's why they did this, man. Through. They did this for people like us, our age.
I can't believe they got away with this, and I'm paying $15 to play this game right now.
Yeah, man, it's like
they got you, man. They got you
100%. It's like saying like
it is.
I can't believe like The Matrix was just in theaters again after like, it was like the 20th anniversary, or whatever. Same thing. It's like this movie's.
Well, that movie still.
Oh, definitely. But it's still old, like older movie, like that we saw when we were younger. We went and paid to see it again in theaters. That's what it's all about. Like companies now know that nostalgia factor is a huge thing at getting people to buy their shit.
Yeah.
Like
case in point, I'm gonna go play some WoW Classic with my Orc Rogue.
All right, boys. Let's call it there.
Have fun.
Appreciate y'all as always.